Hey guys, welcome to my channel Lot to Learn. This is Arnab and today I'm gonna show you how to install Red Hat CoreOS on a virtual machine which can be installed and used for OpenShift version 4 deployment. So let's start. So since today we are going to install Red Hat CoreOS on a virtual machine, so there are some prerequisites. So we have to have installed uh, one of the virtualization tool. So here we are going to use uh, Oracle VirtualBox. You can download the VirtualBox from the VirtualBox official website. So if we go to Google and if we just mention download VirtualBox, and based on your laptop and operating system you can select your download and you can install that. So here I'm using a Mac, so I have installed the OS X host version and it is already installed. So we can even install VMware or vSphere or even other virtualization tools, and we can follow the same steps which I'm going to show you in this tutorial. But here I have installed and used VirtualBox. And apart from this, we have to have a Red Hat CoreOS ISO image and a raw disk image of CoreOS and an ignition file. So to start, we have to start the VirtualBox. So I have installed the VirtualBox already, and once we open this, we have to click on New, and then we have to put a name. So this is our bootstrap node, okay, and this is a Linux, and let's select Red Hat. This doesn't matter, but let's select Red Hat 64-bit and let's continue. So here we can mention our RAM or memory requirement. So let's go for 1536, and let's or else we can mention 2048. That's 2 GB of RAM, and we have to create a virtual disk. So we will create a VHD, and we have to have a fixed size. So let's go with 9 GB. That's fine. This is just a minimal installation, so I'm not going to install as per the requirement which is mentioned in the Red Hat website. So it's creating the disk for us now. Once this is done, we can start creating the virtual machine. So our VM is created. So the first thing which we have to do is we have to mount the ISO image in the optical drive. So here I have already done it. So you just have to click on this if it is not done, and then you select your ISO image. If it is not present here, you can simply go choose disk image, and then you can select your image from your file explorer. And the next thing is that you have to change the network. So the thing is that when you start your CoreOS installation, you have to download your ignition file as well as the raw disk image. So in that case, you have to have internet access, because the raw image and the ignition file will be stored in one of the HTTP servers. So here in this tutorial, I have configured my HTTP server on the same laptop. So I have one HTTP server running here. So this is the one. So if we see 192.168.0.7 cloud 8080, so this is my HTTP server running. this is an Apache server. If I go to images, you can see my images are stored here. And even if I go to ignitions, and here you can see the ignition files as well. So you have to have one Apache server running. So to access the Apache server, you have to have internet enabled, or the connectivity should work. So here, to make the connectivity work, I have used a bridged adapter. Now let's click on OK. Now it is here. Now we just have to start this server now. So if we start it, it will come to the bootloader, and once it comes to the bootloader, we have to press tab. Now this is the kernel CMD line. So now here we have to pass some of the parameters to the kernel CMD. The parameters are like coreos.inst.install_dev. So this is the install device, and I'm putting it SDA. The next one is coreos.inst.image_URL. So this is the image URL, and as we have seen, the HTTP runner running on the same laptop, so the IP address would be 192.168.0.7:8080 slash images slash RACOS hyphen 4.4.3 slash x86 underscore 64 slash metal.x86 underscore 64.raw.gz. So this is our image URL. The next one is coreos.inst.ignition_URL. Spelling is wrong. So URL equals to http://192.168.0.7:8080 slash ignitions slash, since this is a bootstrap server we are going to install, so I'm putting it bootstrap.ign. And if you are installing some other server, so you have to mention the respective ignition file. Okay, so these are the mandatory parameters we have to pass. Now if you want to configure your IP address, you can mention IP equals to your IP address, your DNS, your gateway, your interface, as well as your host names. So here I'm not going to mention all those because I'm going to use DHCP. So if I mention IP equals to DHCP, that will work. So it will basically contact the DHCP, and it will get the IP address and all the details. And also, even we do not mention any IP settings here, it will by default get the IP address from the DHCP. So till now we are done. So if I press enter, it will start the installation. So now it will get the ignition file, as well as it will download the raw image, and once that is done, it will start the installation. So let's wait for some time. So as you can see, it has started downloading the installation, and before that it has also downloaded the ignition. From the ignition URL we have provided as a parameter. So now it has started the installation. So once the installation is completed, it will start bootstrapping, and in the process of installing an OpenShift cluster, so we have to keep all our nodes installed and up and running. So once that is done, Bootstrap will automatically contact the master node. It will bootstrap, and it will start all the objects which has to be present in the master node, and it will start up the cluster. So this is how we install a CoreOS. So like this, you have to install all your nodes. So this is a basic tutorial to install a CoreOS on a VM. Now I will come up with another video where I will show you how to deploy a whole OpenShift version 4 cluster on a VM, and the installation would be like installing on a bare metal server, right? Okay, so uh, let's see whether we are able to log into this server or not. Let's go here, and SSH core is the default user name for these servers. And okay, I need to get the IP address as well, so let's go to VirtualBox and let's unmount this. First unmount, let us reset it. So in that case, we'll be able to log into this server and see the IP address. So before that, when we are installing this server, if we would have mentioned the IP address details, we would have directly log into the server. But now I have to go to the terminal and see what is the IP address has been assigned by the DHCP, and yeah, from there we can start logging into the server and do our other stuff. Okay, let it get booted. And so here we go, and you can see the IP address has been assigned is 192.168.0.9. So let's go to terminal. Let's and the SSH, the ignition file which I have created, I have used the OpenShift installer, and there I have mentioned my SSH key already. So in the ignition file, automatically the SSH key has been updated. So I just have to simply execute this SSH command and it will log in. So SSH core @ 192.168.0.9, and if we see, and here we go. So we are now inside the bootstrap node, and if we just simply type, copy this command and paste, we'll be able to see the bootstrap or the Kubernetes services. But here anyway, it's unable to access the master, so it won't bootstrap anything here. It's just a single node. So this is how you install, and you can keep installing your other nodes and keep it ready for the OpenShift installation. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.
Without you